bit fired up. It's almost noon, and a friend came by. He's not a believer, he's a make-believer, and I don't set myself above these people that claim Christ and yet don't walk the walk. It's only an aspiration for this personal friend of mine, an aspiration to get born again. He's intent emotionally on having a born-again experience, and he wraps all this excitement up in the act of baptism. And I've assured him over and over that going to the big river or going to the swimming pool or the bathtub isn't going to make the born-again experience happen. He wants to be born again because he wants to look good, feel good, be good with God. He wants to be good with others, and I've seen him suffer so much, and he's come to me so many times distraught over his Jezebel relapses over and over and over, the same woman, and she could have pointy horns and trident, and he would still run after her because he's lonely and he's spiritually deaf. He can't hear the word of God yet. He's spiritually blind. He can't see the sin, but he can feel the pain of his sin, and so he keeps coming back, and it's terrible because my pastors have had to minister to him for over 1,000 hours, and there the word of God was solid and pure. But where my friend has gone is a place of impure waters, and there's an ecumenical group meeting that he invited me to this Saturday, but I already was booked up for something else. I'm going to dress up like a turkey in front of Safeway and get people to donate their canned goods to the food banks, so that'll be fun. But I had to explain to him that this ecumenical meeting that he was going to attend was called spiritual idolatry. And he did a bunch of name dropping, talking about the pastor of this church out in the country, which I totally liked, and have listened to him on the radio many times. Well, I had to give my thumbs up on that one, and then a pastor's wife, who's just a sweetheart, always encouraged me in the things of God. I had to give a thumbs up on that, but then the husband of that same lady is a false teacher, and he's hosting the event. And so I've already confronted the teacher. Took a couple years to do it in many small, meaningful ways, and nothing dented his armor. He's still going strong, and he surrounds himself with other pastors and has these ecumenical meetings to get the small town men from different groups all under his umbrella. So I explained this to my friend, and he's off on his way, but he still insisted, can you please come to my baptism? And I assured him I'd be happy to, as long as, because he said it was going to be a beautiful thing. He really wants the baptism to be a beautiful thing. And I said, well, the important thing is forget all the other people and make the baptism in your heart a beautiful thing. But he's spiritually deaf, and he can't really hear me. But he nods, and he agrees. It all sounds good. And I'll point him to Jesus every time he comes. And he's not offended when I tell him that he's, hanging out with Jezebel, the devil woman, and sitting under the teaching of a false teacher from the devil. He's not offended at all. He's just that he appreciates my friendship because I'm always here. And I give him unconditional positive regard, but I also tell him the truth. And so hopefully he really will be born again, and the baptism in his heart will take place. I'm hoping for that, and please pray for him. So for those of you still stuck in churches with mixed waters, understand that the gospel goes out to the good church. We'll call that the right side of this picture. The seed of truth is going out to the left side of the picture, the dark places too. So I'm all for the gospel going out everywhere. And Jesus will come back when everyone has heard the gospel. And so I hope that you're out there spreading the gospel to your believing friends and your make-believer friends as well. God bless you. Jesus loves you.